Hey everybody, George down the workshop. I just had a video that's I uploaded before this one about my compressor. And since I've been working on my compressor, I hate air leaks. I can't tell you, every single workshop I go into, you walk into that shop and you hear air leaks. I hate air leaks. I hate to have the damn compressor come on just to replace the air that leaked out. I mean, when I need my compressor and I'm running an air tool or I'm painting something or whatever, man, I don't care how long the compressor runs, but I hate air leaks. Well, I went out and I did some research online. I was always thinking that it was the quick release couplings that were leaking. So I can't tell you how many of these things I have bought. I've bought them from automotive parts stores. I've bought them from Tractor Supply, Rural King, Harbor Freight, and all this. And I still have leaks. I've even bought some that were pretty damn expensive. Like I'm talking $7, $8 a piece for these. Guess what? They still leak. Well, I did a little more research. And what I found is I have these brass automotive male connectors. I figured brass, yeah. You know, brass is good. Brass is expensive, yeah. So I have always put these brass ones on there. Well, you know what I discovered? If you take a magnifying glass and you look right in here where my finger is moving back and forth at those brass ones, you're going to find all kinds of pits. I'm looking at that fine edge all the way around there. Guess what? That's where the air is leaking. From the male. Not from the female quick release, from the males. I am now using the steel one because I was reading online that apparently the vibration, the steel ball bearings in there on the brass, it pits them, which makes sense. Brass is soft. So I just bought a bunch of couplings. I bought a bunch of these steel fittings. I'm changing them all out. Something else I noticed, when you go out and you go to buy a female connector here, quick release for your air compressor, no matter how good you think it is, no matter how much they're charging for it, look inside. How many ball bearings do you see? This one, for example, has 3 ball bearings. It's brass. It's heavy. Those are steel. As a matter of fact, those are actually stainless steel ball bearings inside, but there's only 3 of them. Here's one, for example, that I just bought at Lowe's. It has 6 ball bearings. Which one do you think is going to be supported better on a steel connector? One with 3 balls that's going to vibrate up and down and back and forth and eat the devil out of itself, or one that has 6 balls in it? So, that's it, everybody. That's my knowledge for the day. Every air tool I have has got a brass male fitting on it. That I spent the last hour changing them all out. This is the last one I have, which is a filter moisture remover. Here's another thing I just found out on my moisture remover. You know, I got a moisture remover on there which takes the moisture out and all that. Well, it's got this little valve here at the bottom. Well, my valve was stuck closed. This thing was filled all the way up at the top with this white frothy water with a little bit of oil in it. And it wasn't until I unscrewed it and I looked at it when I was working on my compressor that I realized it's full of water. So I brought it over the sink, sprayed the devil out of it with some WD-40 and wiped it all down. And look at the way that valve works now. This valve is self-draining. This valve is open right now. If you put this on the compressor and you turned it on, you'd have an air leak through here. And when you get enough air pressure in there, the air forces this valve to close. And it's great. And the way it's made is when you're got your compressor off and you got your natural leaks or whatever, anyhow, when it loses air pressure, that's going to pop up in the air and this is going to self-drain itself. But mine was stuck. So, all right, everybody, that's it. George in the workshop, home alone. Miss JoJo's in town running around. She had to go into work for some type of training or something on her day off. But here I am. Fixed the compressor, worked on my stove. Stove is running fantastic. Figured this air thing out. So when you buy them, look inside. Make sure you got 5 to 6 balls in it. Not 3. And if somebody offers to give you these, don't take them. In fact, I got to send my buddy Eddie a box for Christmas out there in Raymond, New Hampshire. Eddie, I got a bunch of brand new ones of these. I'm going to send them to you. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful holiday. I'm going to tell you, have a Merry Christmas. I don't know if that's politically correct, but Merry Christmas from George and Miss JoJo at George's Kentucky Workshop. See ya.